I got it going. Welcome to Mountain Monday morning. I'm just having a little trouble with getting the clock started there. We welcome you all to Mountain Monday morning here on Mountain Fun Life Radio and channel, and we appreciate you very much for following the programming, and be sure and click and share. Go down and hit that little mouse, whatever pad, whatever you're using, click and share the program and get this program going. And I'm Robert Ownby, your host, along with Mountain Man. Wait a minute, you're not Mountain Man. No, seriously, Mountain Man is under the weather. He's not feeling very well. He's having some health issues. Remember him in your thoughts and prayers, as we just did here. And get to feeling better, Mountain Man. We miss you here, buddy. So I'm pretty sure you're going to be watching. So you get checked out there if you need to now. Don't put this thing off too long. But anyway, we want you to get on your Twitter, get on your tweet phone, do whatever you need to do to get in touch with everyone that you can, and let them know that, hey, it's Monday morning. And we're coming to you live from the radio studio here in Pigeon Forge of the Great Smoky Mountains in East Tennessee. And we're going to be talking a little bit about that here after a while, and some other things that we have some notes on here. So you just get that extra cup of coffee and stick around, and we'll be right back. It's Mountain Monday morning, and we are live, coming to you from the Smoky Mountains of East Tennessee, and we're getting a little bit of color up here. And as we told you earlier, Mountain Man couldn't be here, so my wife Candy's here with me, and she tried to get a hat just about like his and bend it down over her eyes. She couldn't find a fake beard in time, so anyway, she's here filling in. I guess we just call her Mountain Woman. How's that?
Well, it's good to be here. But I want everyone to pray for Mountain Man. He's very sick. And if I have to sit in for him much, we're going to have to change it to Mountain Monday afternoon. Because as you know, I do not like mornings.
No, I know that, but you did get up and get over here this morning, and that helps, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Hey, everybody enjoys Mountain Monday morning. Is that not right, folks? You just go down there and click and say something, give a word of, you come back and be a part of the fun that we're having here. We've been busy, though. It's been kind of a hectic week this past week. We had a wedding to get ready to go to out at Nashville, Tennessee, out in that area, the suburbs and the general area there. I don't remember. What was that place called? Franklin, out in Franklin, Tennessee, which is just right next door to Nashville, Tennessee there, and had a grandson having a grand wedding out there. And it was a lot of fun. Met a lot of nice people. Had people introduced to us that came over and said, hey, I listened to the radio program. Well, we appreciate that very much. And we have we have other people listening in this morning. As you can tell, we're both we're both the night hour. We had that wedding.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful, but it was out in, you talk about nearly getting hypothermia right by a lake or a big pond, and a chilly breeze was coming through out in the open now. But we had people come up and say, hey, a lady came over and said, hey, was introduced to us. I listened to the radio program. We appreciate that. And we got folks listening in from some of the other acquaintances that we made out there. We got to eat a really nice Cracker Barrel, and the gentleman said, hey, I'm going to catch your program. And then the motel, what was that, Days Inn Motel, and so they're going to be probably listening in this morning. Very nice stay, very nice place, very nice people, and had some good coffee.
Very good.
And
we also had a nice dinner. And not sure I can say this. Merbules means Mrs. Bubbles on the rehearsal dinner, and several of the waiters there said they'd be listening in this morning, so we want to say hey to you. Got to meet a lot of nice people while we were down there.
Yeah, it was a tiresome trip, but it was a fun trip, and
it was fun. The only thing, I couldn't get you to dance with me at the reception. The only person he danced with was our grandson.
Oh, I had to pull one on him. I don't think he liked it too well, though.
No, he doesn't like to dance.
Not with anybody, but I kind of forced him. To do a step or two. He just didn't want to move. I mean, that's just his nature. He does not like it. It's kind of like me. I step on everybody's toes, so I try to just step back, stay out of the way. But now, we were talking about the colors here in the mountains of East Tennessee. Now, if you think you've missed them, you've not missed them yet. If you were running late, hey, they've not peaked yet, have they? You sounding like Mountain Man now.
Well, I'm trying to fill in for him.
But you're going the wrong direction.
I says,
Okay. But anyway, the colors, they're probably not going to really peak until, what would you say, about
first, second week of November.
First, second week of November.
It should be beautiful here then.
And we want to give you an invitation to come to the Smoky Mountains, and you can even stop by here at Mountain Fun Live. Hey, we're home to Creative Christian Network too, and that's on the move. And you can come in and say howdy to us, and we'll be glad to chat with you. And maybe you can even just drop by and join us here on one of the LIVECAST programs, and just enjoy the fun.
Or just drop in and say howdy.
Just drop in and say howdy. Either way. Now we have a lot of things going on. We have arts and crafts fires going on, probably all through October in Wires Valley, Pigeon
Glades.
Forge, Gatlinburg, the Glades, out the Glades Road, where they have a lot of you're talking some of the mountain official original mountain crafts out on the Glades roads, and of course some other places up there too. Now, I've not been over to Cherokee on the other side, the Carolina side of the mountain. That's North Carolina. I'm sure they have things going on over there too, especially on the Indian reservation, but I've not been over there in a while. But anyway, here on the Tennessee side, I know there are so many. Oh, you can get into all kinds of stuff here, so don't miss out on the fun. We'd be glad to have you just come on up and join right in with us.
There's something to do for everybody here.
Something to do for everybody.
From your toddler to your elderly person.
Of course, you got Dollywood, and you got the recreational events going on.
Craft festivals.
The craft festivals. And so usually Patriot Park, they have big tents set up over there, and you can walk through. And a lot of that handmade,
yes,
mountain made. So
Gatlinburg Convention Center.
Gatlinburg
also
Convention
has
Center.
crafts going on this month.
And it's I'm telling you, this is the place to be. Well, I guess now just about any time of year. Just a few years ago, I guess several years ago now, when you after November, it kind of died around here. No traffic, nothing going on much at all. But now it's just almost
It's
an
year-round.
annual, year-round thing. So, and there are other events going on. We've got some events we need to tell you about here. We have coming to the Abundant Life Worship Center. That's services are held at the Civic Center down in Sevierville, Tennessee. We have the gentleman Gary Christian coming as speaker. Now, folks out of state, you may have actually seen the newscast went nationwide, probably worldwide, on the event that happened here of his daughter being, and this is still tough for anyone around here to talk about, being brutally murdered. And he has a testimony that he wants to give about how he was so bitter for years after this brutality, this event happened. And Gary Christian will be coming to Abundant Life Worship Center November the 11th at the 11 a.m. service to speak. And if you're going to be anywhere within driving distance, you have got to hear this man's testimony. Now, I've not heard it yet. I do know I watched a lot of the court proceedings of the murder trials, the trials that went on, and that was horrific in itself. There were some issues that came up that had to be retried, and I'll not go into that because of legal problems. I don't want to bring any legal problems on us. So,
you know,
but there
Robert,
were some legal problems.
When we were watching those proceedings on TV, I remember watching Mr. Christian and thinking, I'd never seen a man so full of rage.
Yeah.
I've never seen so much rage, which was understandable because what had happened to his daughter. But he was bitter and hateful, and it looked like he was going to attack someone at any moment. And it's my understanding that just a short time ago, that the Lord got hold of his heart and changed him. And they say that he's no longer filled with rage, but more love. And he comes to these places to help people who maybe have been through something similar. To
share his testimony,
yes.
and to talk about probably discuss a little bit about, I don't expect him maybe to say a lot about it because I know it's still painful for him, but this is some personal information we're giving you about this gentleman, and I'm sure that the reason that we're giving you the personal information is he is now speaking out and willing to come and give his testimony. So we would not get this personal with an issue like this without knowing that the gentleman was ready to be out in the open and discuss the tragedy that happened to him in his own personal life. So that's the reason we want you to hear this man's testimony. So if you can at all, that's November the 11th at 11 a.m. that he's going to be speaking at the morning worship service. So if you can at all, you need to hear this man's testimony. If you've had an experience, something similar, a tragedy, whether it's the same nature or not, if you've gone through a tragedy in your life, this may be of help to you to overcome that and come through that and have hope and faith and have something to look forward to, and let your life be a light to help others. And we're very pleased to hear that his turnaround in life that he has made, and that he is now openly speaking and trying to help others. We appreciate someone who will do that, make that change, and come forward then and speak about it. Now, we have another event that's coming up, an event that we've been very much involved in, as well as Bob Denny, our producer owner here. He helped produce the movie Silver Dollar Fish, and we did music and did a lot of, I wrote the theme song for it and some of the other music on it, co-wrote some of the other songs with Rodney Wiseman. Are you listening, Rodney?
I'm sure he
looking
is.
Looking forward to, hey, this is going to be a lot of fun. Now, we want you to know that this is a free family movie night. So there's no door charge, cover charge, or anything. If you'd like to see a very fine film that is a family feature film, this free family movie night will be November the 4th at 4:30 p.m. And if you want to come and see this, you need to call Tim Parton, the Abundant Life, get in touch with him, or you can go to the Abundant Life worship page and probably make arrangements there.
That's on Facebook.
That's on Facebook, yeah. That's on Facebook. And so if you would like to see this family feature film that's coming to, this will be down at the Civic Center in Sevierville, so you can get all the directions and everything you need from the Abundant Life Worship Center Facebook page, and I'm sure there will be phone numbers, contact numbers, and everything on there that you will need to make sure that you have seating available for this. That's November the 4th at 4:30 p.m. By the way, that happens to be my birthday.
You have birthdays still?
I still have birthdays. I don't know why. It's kind of useless now, I think. But
yeah, it should be a good day, though. I've seen the movie. One of the best produced I've ever seen. Bob Denny did an excellent job.
And that's because he's a great producer.
Yeah, it really was good. And you really need to see this movie. It's very heartwarming, and most everyone can identify with the storyline at some point in their life, usually.
The setting of the movie is kind of back in the 70s. You'll have to excuse our throats. We have been through out in the night air and the cool wind and everything, so I'm having a little trouble. So if I get to sounding more like a frog, Landra,
she would like that.
Martin, keep her calm down. Over on English Mountain, our friends on English Mountain. Hi, y'all.
Hi, Landra. Hi,
Landra. Hi, Martin. You mentioned Frog, and Landra gets all excited because I co-author the Frog Hollow books. Well, she actually authors them. I just kind of help her out with them, help get them published. And
getting close to Christmas time. People need to order some of those for their children. They're great books.
Frog Hollow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and she says she's now got 6 about finished. So there'll be another one pretty soon. We're going to have to get her back in here too. And she's
been under the weather also.
She's been under the weather, having a lot of problems, and changing the weather, that will do. But anyway, now where was I going? I've lost track of where I'm at. Anyway, birthday. It will be my birthday on November the 4th, so this will be a great way to celebrate my birthday, and I'm sure, Bob, you going to get to be there? Bob's going to try to be there, and the writer of the script and co-wrote some of the music on there with me. He's gonna be there, and so we look forward to. And he did some great acting in the movie too, and so I don't know if they're going to have the old truck there or not out front for display.
I don't know, but our old vehicle will be there.
Our old vehicle will be there. If the old truck is not there, we'll let you sit in the seat behind the steering wheel and take pictures in our old vehicle and have your picture made by it. So either way, you just come on down and join in on the fun. And the movie is called Silver Dollar Fish. Now, you may not understand that title, but it was the setting is about hardships that the farmers have, and they still have hardships. The setting was back in the 70s, and the plot of the movie. And it's filled with emotion. It'll have you crying one minute, laughing the next, and maybe a little mad at other times. But it's filled with emotion. It's a very emotional film about the hardships of farming, and so we like to support the farmers. Without farmers, we couldn't eat. We have to have farmers across the United States. And I think this movie is a great tribute, not only to having a family feature film, but it's a great tribute also to the farming industry. Now, if you're connected with a farming institution, industry, or something out there, and you would like to see this film, then I think maybe this is something that you want to make contact with someone on this, with
probably with Rodney.
With Rodney Wiseman,
he's on Facebook.
Facebook, or Bob Denny here at Mountain Fun Life. And if you would like to have this movie shown, or be involved with it, or get it involved in something that you're doing, have a showing, a viewing of it with a farming institution, I think it would be something that would be worth your while just to check into it. And
other churches also. This is a good family movie that has a good moral to the story.
Right.
And I think other churches would benefit by having a showing of this movie.
It's something that would be very appropriate because it's faith-based, as we are here at Mountain Fun Life and Creative Christian Network. Hey, don't forget them. We're home to Creative Christian Network. We have the 2 TV channels and 2 radio channels, actually. And now a deck out back that we're going to be doing some grilling shows. Hey, things are looking up. Oh, speaking of that, in November, Mountain Fun Life channel and Creative Christian Network, we are going to have some big, major announcements that we're going to be making. Now, I just want to raise the suspense level up just a little bit. I'm not going to even give you a clue. You just keep watching and keep staying tuned. I think you just might be in for another surprise, like the surprise you got this morning with a...
I've got to get Mountain Man to train me how to do that.
It's that takes
practice and years.
Special training.
Yes.
Not very many people can do that. He's a natural at it, and he's a natural. You got close, but his hat. He's a natural. You don't have your eyes covered enough with it. He tries to cover his eyes because he thinks if no one can see that if he can't see, that they can't see him, or
kind of like
whatever.
A baby. If he can't see them, they can't. If he can't see them, they can't see him.
We'll get it said one way or the other here. But anyway, hey, we appreciate the audience that we're getting, the people who are following Mountain Fun Life, Creative Christian Network, the radio program and everything. I mean, the radio side where it doesn't have the videography with it. A lot of you are coming on there, and I try to get on there and keep things checked on and see what's going on. And there's so many of you from around the world. We have listeners coming on from all over places, down in Mexico and around the world, and of course South Africa. We've had people there who have been with us for a long time.
We should give a shout out to Daniel in Australia.
Daniel,
he never misses a show.
Daniel in Australia, and he's the one who he says that he does not want to catch the show on a rerun. Now listen, you got to remember, while it's 9 o'clock, 9:30 a.m. here, it's getting way up in the hours of the late night over around down under, as they call it, in Australia. And not only that, he says that our programs now are getting going on over by word of mouth over into New Zealand. So we're hitting New Zealand. We've had a lot of music play down there anyway,
yes,
on radio. So our music has been very popular and played out of the New Zealand country music radio down there. It's played on the #1 independent artist, top 40, top 200 radio chart playlist in the entire world out of that area. We thank you all very much for liking our music, our songs, and the stuff that we do. And now you're following Mountain Fun Life, and we appreciate that. So we're just going to keep doing our best to do what we can to put out good programming, quality programming, let you know what's going on. Mountain Monday Morning now is mostly we just talk to you and tell you what's going on. We don't play just a lot of music because we want to build up what we're doing here and let people know what we're doing. This is more of what Monday Morning is about. It's about the area itself, what we're doing and what's going on in the area around us. And you might call it a Mountain Fun Life promo. I don't know, but we don't look at it as a promo. We look at it as a time to get together with you and let you know about all the wonderful things here in the Smoky Mountains of East Tennessee.
There's so much to do here that there's no way we can remember everything to tell people. But, of course, there is. You can look up mypigeonforge.com.
mypigeonforge.com.
Gatlinburg has a website, as well as Sevierville, because I know we can't remember everything to tell everybody.
Oh, no, there's just too much going on, too many. I can drive through town and look over and see a new building. So, well, what's that? When did that get there? So there are new buildings and new businesses and new recreations and new you name it. It's happening right here all around us in East Tennessee. So not only do you get the beauty of the mountains, you get the you get Mountain Fun Life and Creative Christian Network and good movies like Silver Dollar Fish and all the stuff that we got going on here. And of course you can tell all your friends and neighbors about us too, and we always appreciate that. Before we get out of time here, we need to talk about something you did.
Okay.
She doesn't even know.
I have no idea what you're getting ready to say.
You did something here that I'm going to tell on you for.
Oh, watch out, because I know a lot of stuff about you,
Whoa,
too.
Okay, let's just go on here with the song Catch a Raindrop.
Oh.
That I wrote back, I don't even know how long it was now, do you? It was when the Iraq War.
2002. It's when
2002, when we were getting ready to go into the, I forget which one it was.
We had already started the Iraqi War.
Yeah, Desert Storm, and I forget all of what it was called. But anyway, there was a situation to where that a troop went over to the desert area there and was involved in fighting, and he disappeared, was missing in action for some time, and he had a little girl at home. Well, at that time we had a granddaughter that was about the same age. And I woke up before daylight one morning with the words "catch a raindrop" on my mind, because our granddaughter had been there, and on the front porch on a rainy day, I was trying to get her to reach out in the drip of the house and catch a raindrop. And she'd always jerk her hand back. She wanted me to catch them for her and drop it over into her hand. So I would do that, and I came up with the song "Catch a Raindrop" about someone who goes off to war, a soldier, and his little girl is waiting for him to come back and catch the raindrops for her. But anyway, the song Catch a Raindrop, she did the lead on it, and my daughter did some harmony. I think my son did harmony on it. And we sent that song out, and it actually won out of Nashville, Tennessee, Gold Award status. Doesn't mean it was a gold record, but it won Gold Award status for its playability and quality and everything, and we're really pleased. By the way, that's on Mountain Fun Life Radio right now. I don't know whether it's playing at this very minute, but you can hear that song if you listen to Mountain Fun Life Radio, www.mountainfunlife.com, and click enter on the radio and listen live. Hit the button and you can catch it. Well, we done run out of time. We thank you all for joining us. Say bye, Mountain Woman.
Bye, Mountain Woman.
That's what I expected. Bye, folks.